So the other day I spotted a Mi 5X available on eBay for 45 bucks plus a little bit of postage. Now I know it's the brother of the Mi A1, which I have used in the past. I didn't mind, but I prefer the Mi UI a lot more. Now, this one did pique my interest, broken screen, and also it's saying the system has been destroyed, which is a very rough way to put it. So I thought, what the hell, I'll give it a tackle and see what I can do with it. I've had experience with flashing Mi UI or Xiaomi phones in the past, and I've also got a few of these screens on hand to replace. Granted, I've used them in the Mi A1s before, but I wanted to get my hand on a 5X. So it was listed without a box or anything like that, so I was quite surprised to see it actually came in a box, which is not bad. Even on the left hand side there in the top left hand corner of the screen, you can see the old box of the Mi A1. So we have one phone, one crack, and also one destroyed system. Brilliant. Anyway, I'll start off with the screen. Since that's nice and physical, I know how to do that. It's very straightforward. And then from there I'll worry about the destroyed system. The footage here is getting played back at 3 times, just mainly because it's not a how-to video. I've done them before in this model of phone. First thing I've noticed as I've taken it open, both the screws in the bottom of it are missing, and the cracks on the actual display don't look like a factory screen, which has me thinking this has been replaced once before. So very straightforward. Remove all the screws, pull it apart, so on and so forth. But then another thing I did discover, I was expecting the battery to be quite a challenge to get out of this phone, which the previous experience I've had with the Mi A1s, I've had to actually replace a motherboard, daughterboard flex connector because it got torn as I was getting out the battery because that's how well stuck in it was. This particular one, the battery just kind of flopped out on me. And as I will soon show, there was a little bit of damage to it from the previous owner, which was failed to be mentioned. Granted though, if I went back to the description, it wasn't very good English. It was pretty bad. So I'm assuming he did know but didn't know how to describe it. So as you see, I just pointed out there, one nick in the battery. So my plan is to put some anti-static tape over it, and hopefully that will keep it going for the time being. But anyway, I'll continue on with the process from here. There's really not much extra drama, nothing really to comment about. So I'll just cut this short anyway. As you'll see, it all gets swapped over. Anyway, now I've done the hardware side of it, time to get to the software side, which I've discovered 2 sites that I'd recommend going to. First one is downloading potentially the developer ROM for this phone. But I haven't discovered an official global ROM for this model, being elsewhere it seemed to be released as a Mi A1, so there's very little support for this phone out there. So once you've started that download, the next thing we need is the Xiaomi flashing tool, or the Mi Flash tool. The dilemma with it, if you type Mi Flash tool into Google, you tend to get the 2016 model. Now there's quite a few revisions since then, so I'll put a link in the video description and I will point to this one here, which is what I used. Now I did have a fair bit of drama getting it to actually install properly, so I did have to go down the path of what's called EDL mode, or EDL flash, where that particular one did work for me. These phones apparently have a fairly big rap of having vendor ROMs installed on there, which does make it quite difficult to actually get the phone going again, especially if you encounter dramas. So with this small little guide, hopefully that will help you revive your 5X as well, if you've had one of those in the past. In this I've decided to remove the battery, because it's going to be powered purely off Type-C, and those 2 pins that I just showed quickly just then is the 2 pinpoints you need to press to enable EDL mode. And in this, I'm holding down those 2 pin locations or plugging the Type-C connector into the phone itself while it's already connected to the computer. From there you should feel the phone just vibrate and the computer should acknowledge it. So from here, I don't believe I've got the footage of me actually installing the ROM. Oh no, never mind, I am actually going to install it. So basically you go to where you downloaded the developer ROM, unzip it, and then unzip the tar file as well. And from there it should come up as a COM port for the phone, and then click flash. Give it about 2 minutes, and your final result should look something kind of like this. So fully functional, fully going. Now the next dilemma that I've got encountered, I have to wait 720 hours to unlock the bootloader, which certainly sucks balls. No EU MIUI today. Anyway, it lives again. It's no longer destroyed. Gotcha.